Why are we so anxious? Maybe we're not broken. Maybe we're overloaded.
Welcome to Root Cause Holistic Health. I'm Dr. John Harmon, physician, brain health expert, and your host on this no-fluff journey into whole body healing.
And I'm Tracey Green, wellness coach, mom, and co-host in this space where we get real about what actually heals, not just what's trending.
We're here to help you uncover what's really going on and empower you to take the next step in your healing journey.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Root Cause Holistic Health Podcast. Today, I want to ask you a question. And before you answer, I want you to really stop and think about it. When was the last time you did one thing at a time? Not two, not three, one. When was the last time you watched a movie and only watched the movie? Think about that. No scrolling, no texting, no checking email, no online shopping, no social media, just the movie, whether at home or at the movie theater. When was the last time you went for a walk without your phone? Can you even remember a time you left your house without your phone? Seriously, have you stopped and thought about that? When was the last time you went for a walk without your phone? Not on silent, not in your pocket, actually left it at home. When was the last time you sat outside and watched a sunset from beginning to end? No distractions, no notifications, no noise, just you and the sunset. Gosh, that makes me think back of when we first moved to Florida. We used to go down to the beach and stay there till the sunset. You know, sitting at the beach in the beach chairs, drinking a glass of wine at sunset, just watching the sun disappear. It's a magical moment. I'm adding that to my weekend list. Definitely going to watch the sunset from beginning to end with no phone this weekend. I started thinking about this recently because everywhere I look, people are anxious, not just worried, not just stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, exhausted, on edge. And we keep asking, why am I so anxious? But maybe we're asking the wrong questions. Maybe the better question is, how could we not be? I want you to think about your average day. Before your feet even hit the floor, your brain is already working. Text, email, social media, news, calendar reminders, weather alerts, group chats, work messages. And you wonder why your nervous system is waving a white flag. Guys, something just isn't adding up. I don't remember people being this mentally exhausted when I was growing up. Sure, life wasn't perfect. People had problems. People had bills. People had stress. But this feels different. People aren't just busy. They're overloaded. And I think we've normalized it. We've accepted a level of stimulation that no human being was designed to handle. It's like we're all walking around with 100 tabs open in our brain. One tab is for work. One tab is for your spouse. One tab is for your kids. One tab is for your finances. One tab is health. One tab is for the news. One tab is for social media. One tab is for next week. One tab is for last year. Am I the only one that thinks about last week, last year, all the time? One tab is a conversation you had 5 years ago that randomly shows up at 2 a.m. I know I've had those. Somehow, all of these tabs stay open all day, every day. No wonder you're exhausted. No wonder you're anxious. No wonder you can't focus. You've got way too much running in the background. Here's what I think we've forgotten. We've forgotten how to be bored. Think about that. When I was growing up, boredom was normal. Although, I have to say, the word bored was an absolute no-no in our house. If you said the word bored, my dad would find something in the garage or the shop to do, or my mom would find something in the house to do. So you'd never breathe the word bored at my house growing up. But we would just have to go find ourselves something to do. sat in the back seat, stared out the window when we drove to the grocery store or drove to church. I remember we had a huge backyard growing up. I loved laying on the trampoline and just watching the clouds go by. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you sat on your porch? Just sat on your porch. No phone, no music, just sat. When was the last time you rode your bike? When was the last time you daydreamed? Now, the second we experience 5 seconds of boredom, you're standing in the grocery store line, you grab your phone. Waiting for someone, you grab your phone. Sitting on a red light, you grab your phone. Watching TV, you grab your phone. We've trained ourselves to believe every empty moment needs to be filled. And I can't help but to wonder, what have we lost because we're never bored anymore? Because some of my best ideas come from boredom. Some of my favorite memories came from boredom. I remember being a little girl. I lived in Boise, Idaho. Great place to grow up back then. And we had what we called the dirt hills, not very far from the house. Rode our bikes, big, huge dirt hills, up, down. And then back in the back was a creek, and someone had built a treehouse up there. Do you know how fun it was as a kid to go down to the creek, climb the tree, sit in the treehouse? It was amazing. Maybe boredom wasn't the enemy. It was where creativity lived. Maybe it's where peace lived. We don't rest anymore. We consume. Let that sink in. I'm going to say it again. We don't rest anymore. We consume. Think about what happens when you finally sit down at night. Most people don't rest. They consume videos, news, social media, podcasts, TV, more information, more stimulation, more noise. And then we wonder why we can't shut our brains off when we say we're relaxing. But are you? Or are you just switching from one form of stimulation to the other? Here's the part that really gets me. We're spending so much time watching everyone else's life that we're missing our own. Have you ever thought about that? You're scrolling Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You're spending so much time watching everyone's life, you're missing your own. You're watching someone else's vacation, someone else's family, someone else's highlight reel. Meanwhile, your own life is happening right in front of you. Your kids, your spouse, your friends, your backyard, your neighborhood, your sunset, your actual life. I think we become spectators of life. That hits me hard. Because life isn't happening on the screen. Life is happening all around us. I don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. I don't want to wake up 10 years from now and realize I've spent more time watching other people live than I have spent living myself. And before someone says, Tracey, phones aren't the problem, I agree. The phone isn't the problem. The problem is we've allowed it to replace boredom. The phone replaced stillness. The phone replaced staring out the window. The phone replaced sitting on the porch. The phone replaced being alone with your thoughts. The phone replaced wonder. And maybe that's a conversation we need to have. Because I don't think we're broken. I think we're overloaded. There's a difference. And that's why I created something just for you. It's called the Open Tabs Reset. I know. One more reset, right? This is easy. A simple 7-day challenge. No supplements, no protocols, no gadgets, nothing to buy. Just 7 days of creating a little space. I'm going to walk you through it. Day 1. My challenge to you, take a 20-minute walk without your phone. I promise nothing is so urgent that can't wait for 20 minutes. Day 2, watch a movie from beginning to end without touching your phone. Put it in another room, charge it, turn it off, watch the movie from beginning to end. Day 3, eat one meal without a screen. Actually, that's pretty easy for us. We eat as many meals as we can at the kitchen table. You've heard me talk about this before. Dinner at the table is a really big deal for us, especially now that my daughter's getting ready to leave for college. Dinner is a big deal. The table is completely dressed up. We've got placemats and chargers and, cloth napkins, the whole 9 yards. I usually do a different theme or different color placemat and chargers every night of the week. I love dressing up the table. Something I learned from my mother-in-law back in the day. So eating a meal without a screen is easy for us. But that's your day 3. Day 4, sit outside for 15 minutes. No music, no podcast, no phone, no distraction. 15 minutes. I actually want to go sit at the beach. Just sit. Watch the waves roll in, roll out. Listen to the waves crashing. Listen to the birds. Feel the damp air on the humidity right now because it's summer. Day 5, drive somewhere in complete silence. You can do it. Day 6, watch a sunset from beginning to end. Day 7, have a real conversation with someone you love. No phones, no interruptions, just connection. And here's what I want from you. I want you to DM me. Seriously, I want to hear your stories. Tell me about the walk. Was it hard? Did you reach for your phone in your pocket 5 times, 10 times? Tell me what you noticed. Did you hear the birds? Did you hear dogs barking in the background? Where were you? Were you next to a lake? Were you next to the ocean? Were you in your neighborhood? On a trail? Tell me about the walk. I also want to hear about the movie. Did you make it all the way through without checking your phone? How did it feel? Did it feel weird to just sit there and watch the movie? I can't wait to hear about the 15 minutes outside. Do you have a trampoline? Go lay on the trampoline for 15 minutes. Watch the clouds go by. Lay in the grass. Lay at the beach. What did you hear? What did you see? Birds, wind, kids playing. What did the clouds look like? Seriously, I want you to DM me. I want to hear all about it. What did you notice that you've been missing? Did your brain slow down? Did it speed up? Did you feel uncomfortable? Was it peaceful? Tell me what happens. I can't wait to hear all about it. I think we're all running the same experiment together. I have a feeling most of us are going to discover something important. Maybe what we're looking for isn't another app. It's not another gadget. It's not another productivity hack. Maybe what we're looking for is time and space. Space to think, space to breathe, space to pause, space to notice, space to simply be human again. So as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this. 10 years from now, what are you going to remember? The email, the notification, the Instagram reel, the text message? No, honey, you're not. You will remember the walk. You will remember the sunset, the road trip, the campfire, the conversation. Most importantly, the people, the moments you were fully there. So don't wait. Don't wait until life slows down. Don't wait until retirement. Don't wait until next summer. Don't wait until the kids are older. Start this week. Take the walk. Watch the sunset. Sit outside. Close a few of those tabs. And then tell me what happened. Because I have a feeling you're going to discover that your life wasn't missing something. I think you're going to discover it was there all along. Buried underneath all the noise. Buried underneath the distraction. Buried underneath all of those open tabs. Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're not anxious. Maybe you're overloaded. And maybe healing starts with putting the phone down. long enough to hear yourself think again. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I am so honored that you decided to listen to my podcast today. Download the Open Tabs Reset in the show notes and then send me a DM. I cannot wait to hear what you discover. Until next time, friends, stay grateful, stay grounded, and keep searching for the root cause. Share this with your friend who needs to slow down and pause and close some tabs.
Thanks for tuning in to Root Cause Holistic Health. We're here to help you uncover what's really going on and empower you to take the next step in your healing journey.
Whether you're a mom, a dad, or just someone ready to stop settling for Band-Aid fixes, we hope today's episode gave you something to think about.
If you found this episode valuable, do us a favor, share it with someone you love, and leave a review so we can reach more families like yours.
Make sure to hit follow so you don't miss next week's episode. We've got more honest conversations, practical tips, and root cause wisdom coming your way.
Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and most of all, stay connected to what truly matters.
We'll see you next time on Root Cause Holistic Health.